Welcome to the most incredible Marxist socialism, DEI, inclusion act, blah, 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 struggle session you've seen in a long time. Here is United CEO talking about his diversity and inclusion program. And again, don't hire people based on who's the most qualified, because that is racist. Go.
How is diversity and diversity targets working into the Aviation Academy?
We have committed that 50% of the class of the classes will be women or people of color. Today, only 19% of our pilots at United Airlines are women or people of color. And by the way, from all the data I've seen, that's the highest of any airline in the country.
Boom, slam dunk, in your face, Axios, go home. We're the highest in any aviation field. And that's not enough for him, though, because he's a good little boy. 19%, that's not a high number. 50%? I don't understand how these people don't see how they're going to just eat their own, you know? It's kind of like the cancellations. Once you start raising the bar constantly, changing the bar, changing meanings of words, people are just going to get canceled left and right. And then to the point where the people that created the cancellation crap are going to eventually have to cancel themselves. They'll have to eventually eat themselves, because once you create that void, you can't fulfill it with anything. So the same with the diversity and inclusion, because 50%. Are you serious? You're committed to 50%? What does that even mean? Does that mean that you have 50 white guys to every 50 black women? That is not enough, sir. I also love that diversity and inclusion typically means black and white. Have a good one. Hey, let's keep listening to this amazing thing. Watch him respond. I look how he says this, and for people in the industry, that's actually a very large number. So you should be pretty pumped on this interview, and we're leading the way. Us white guys at United Airlines, we know how to inclusion in this diversity program.
In the country.
White males don't just dominate in the cockpits, also in the C-suite at United Airlines.
Well, look, at United, I'm proud of the diversity that we actually...
In the C-suite? What is that? Is that where rich people have like a little pass where they can go eat together? I don't have that. Every time I go to my C-suite, all I see is white guys everywhere. And white guys dominate the cockpits. Shout out to white guys dominating cockpits everywhere. Could you imagine if this was your job? Could you imagine actually caring about making sure this changes? Could you imagine... Okay, here's the biggest problem I have with this whole DEI thing, okay? Bring it in close. Let's change the scenery. Let's bring it in close. The biggest problem I have is that these airlines aren't just having vacancies open, and then when a black person's like puts in for their resume and tries to get the job, they're not saying no to it. That would be different. Then maybe we need to start pushing for that, because wow, there's all these vacant jobs and all these racist companies are not allowing black males to fly in the cockpits. We're not allowing them. That would be different. But it's not the case. Okay, people from different cultures, different backgrounds are going to want to work different jobs. That is just the reality of it. Whether it's based on racism 1,000 years ago that no one can control or whatever, it's just the reality. And it's great that you want to push for things, and you want to push into inner city schools and say, hey, inner city kids, you don't have to do whatever you plan on doing. You can be a pilot. You can be just like the white guys in the cockpit. That would be totally different. But no, they're just like, no, we need to have a quota. In fact, that we're going to turn away other qualified candidates that are white males because it's just too much in this round, sir. Maybe next round we'll put you on the waiting list. We're going to see how many white guys we can take. That sounds more racist, doesn't it? I mean, they don't do that for black dudes. They're like, sorry, black guys, your quota is full. Okay, we don't want a ton of black people in here. We want like 50% and 50% only. Because if we have 51% black people in this job, I'm going to lose my mind, because I hate... let's keep listening.
Airlines.
Well, look, at United, I'm proud of the diversity that we actually have in our C-suite. I think if you look around corporate America...
Correct me if I'm saying, though, so...
Look at him struggling. We're actually doing we're doing a pretty good job. Okay, so would you just lay off me about it, man?
Corporate America.
Correct me if I'm saying, though, so this was just based off your website, the people you list as executives, but out of 11 people, 3 are women. I believe 1 is a person of color.
That's correct.
I don't talk to them. Are you talking? Who are you talking about? He just got checkmated. He's so worried right now.
But, in corporate America, I think,
Yeah. What aboutism?
That's a low bar. How do you raise your own bar?
Well, a lot of this is, focusing on it. We have programs to...
That's a really low bar. I mean, there's only a certain amount of black women in this world that actually want to work with United Airlines, but we're going to find every single one of them, and we will search for them. We will create entire movie series, TV series around searching for the right black candidate, and we will call it The Apprentice.
One of the things we do is for every job, when we do an interview, we require women and people of color to be involved in the interview process.
Oh my
bringing
God.
people in.
We require them? Why? Because they have a different way of talking to other people? Like, is there any qualifications? No. See, this is why when people like me call this out and they're like, "Oh, you're racist." What is this? Is racist. This is such an easy slam dunk, but because it's so easy, that's why they get so mad. Keep going.
And early in their careers as well, and giving them those opportunities and creating.
Yeah. We know that they need extra help because they have a smaller brain than other people. You know what I mean? So we seek them out. We look for them. We coddle them. We make sure they're okay. We spank their bellies. We give them a little baby powder on the butt. And they don't cry as much. And it's wonderful to see. So then we have this interview. And then we have this that gets pushed out over the weekend. FAA's diversity push includes focus on hiring people with severe intellectual and psychiatric disabilities. Thank God. Because I thought there wouldn't be a line. It's not just a race thing. It's a mentality issue. And if you get into your plane and you see that your pilot has Down syndrome and you give a side eye or you think twice about buckling your seatbelt, oh, buddy, there is going to be hell to pay. Not in my neck of the woods. Not today. Not tomorrow. Not never. We are so doomed as a country. It's just so dumb. There are my favorite are like the intellectual people, the smart people of the world, people we're supposed to look up to. They're people with degrees that you look up to and say, "Wow, you spent a lot of time researching. What do you know?" Well, we know that diversity and inclusion is really important. Excuse me? Stop right now. We want to hire people with severe dyslexia and Down syndrome and probably some schizophrenia on the plane, because when my pilot is flying, I want him screaming at the voices that he hears in his head. I want him immediately needing to land the plane because he sees a man that's flying on the wing next to him. That's what I want. And if you don't want that, it's because you are such a bigot. The word of the day is
oniric.
Oniric. I've never used that word in my life. Finally, a real word of the day. Finally, something that we can all grasp on. Oniric is an objective meaning of or relating to dreams. And right now, I'm having a dream about this world because I will not rest until I walk up to a gate and there is everyone from every country represented at the gate and then also on the plane. I want thousands of flight attendants and thousands of pilots on the plane that they can just change out throughout the flight so that we can fit the quota. I will not rest until we wake up and there's one flight that includes every race and every creed until we touch down. I don't want to just go on vacation. I don't want to just go to my work meeting. I want to feel good about it. And I want you to too. And wake up from this disgusting dream that we call life. Have a wonderful day. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to like. Drop a comment. It would greatly help me out. I hope you have a fantastic day. And remember, kiss someone on the mouth today. Doctor's orders. But do it consensually. Have a wonderful day.